Hi there, this is Walking and Talking. Today I want to start by saying that I got this sense of ambiguity during last couple of days, and well, I want to talk about this sense and try to figure out why it's here. So first of all, when I start talking, not all the time but most of the time, I feel some sort of pressure, and there's a terrible sense that I'm doing something wrong. But since I committed myself to talk for 15 minutes, even if I don't know what to say, so this sense, it's always here, and it interrupts me and makes me feel terrible. But then, when I watch the video on YouTube, when I publish it, I don't feel the same. I feel as if it's normal, as if it's just the usual self-talk. I am talking as always. It's not different from how I've been talking earlier, and it makes me wonder why is it happening. So why, for example, now I don't feel it. Maybe because I'm talking about it, maybe because it makes sense. But why yesterday, for example, I had this really terrible feeling while talking, and today I watched the video and I decided that that's okay. It's not so terrible. It's normal. I can publish it. It's not a big problem. And even if I'm not saying anything meaningful, I still continue talking, and it looks pretty normal. I mean, when I was talking, it was weird. So I felt some weirdness. And maybe one of the reasons, I guess, is that when I watch a video, I increase the speed, and it's not the same talk because it's 50% faster, and of course it sounds much better. And when I compare it with what I'm doing right now, or when I decrease the speed, it becomes more embarrassing. Well, yeah, another reason, I said it yesterday at the end of the last video, that when I do it, it feels different from when I just observe how I've done it. Because it's like when you feel like, now I'm looking at what's going on inside, and then I'm looking from outside, and from outside it looks much better than from inside. Well, another reason may be some expectations. Again, I just think that I always should be great. I always should be excellent in my speech, in my thoughts. And when I look like a fool, there's incongruency, and I start blaming myself for this weakness. Yeah, and it makes me feel terrible. But at the same time, I understand that it's so stupid to feel terrible, because I don't have a goal to show off and present myself as somebody who I'm not. who I'm not. Can I say that? It's like my goal is here to record my stream of consciousness and be myself, not just be somebody else who, some ideal version of myself. When I think I always must be smart, I always must say something meaningful, even if I have no idea about the topic. Like egoism, yeah, it seems, well, maybe it's it's like another reason maybe that I thought that I know a lot about egoism, because I read meticulously a couple of philosophers, serious like Nietzsche, for example. Nietzsche was one of the best advocate of egoism, and well, he considered himself as like immoralist, but at that time this denial of morality was no different from egoism. So it's like morality basically means that you become selfless, and you must be selfless, and you shouldn't, you know, do anything because of your self-interest. But morality says that you must, you know, help others and serve others and all these things. But in Nietzsche he says that no, it's like there's no such thing as selflessness. So anybody who says that he is doing something because of, you know, selflessness or because of, you know, any other motive, he is wrong. He is self-delusioned. he doesn't understand himself or herself, because everything is like now this concept is known as psychological egoism, and also I guess ethical egoism, and what's the third part? Ethical, psychological, and rational? Yeah, probably rational egoism. Yeah, it's like this view, so you can't, and there are some, of course, there are some people who hold this view and other people who try to criticize it, and on Wikipedia there are lots of, you know, examples. I haven't studied these examples, I just quickly read the article without thinking too much, because it's not what I want to know. It seems so simple for me, and I don't, you know, there's some sophisticated examples and experiments, and of course whatever they may say, I already know it much better after reading books and trying to understand how egoism influences my own behavior. But maybe I should study a little bit, because it makes my, you know, talks like more what? What's the word? I don't know. The word I want to say that it makes my talks like have more like not more more formal. Yeah, exactly. It's like formalistic approach. When you just learn something, memorize something, and then you, well, it may be spontaneous as well. You may just, I can have, for example, 10 items. I did that a couple of years ago. I remember when I had daily self-talk for 5-10 minutes. I used to find few items before starting to talk, and then I just jump from one item to another. It's like there may be, yeah, but it was, you know, it's at that time I didn't have a purpose to, you know, to dive into one topic deeply and understand it so profoundly. But now I have this purpose. So when I talk about egoism, the point is to, you know, to find something deep, not just be superficial. But now, yes, it doesn't work all the time. So when I want to find something deep, sometimes I come up with absolutely superficial, not concepts, but whatever it is, talks and speeches and thoughts and ideas, right? Sometimes it's good to be silent while self-talk. I was thinking a little bit about it. It feels unnatural when I decided to record the video, and in this video what I need to do is just continue talking for a certain amount of time. And if I'm silent, it seems unnatural. Yeah. Okay, seems I have some some pondering mood today. Yeah, I'm not. It's like quite often I'm trying to be, more emotional, and now it feels as if I have no emotions, and it's like some boring talk. But at the same time, it's now it feels better than I felt yesterday. Probably because I didn't set a goal to talk about egoism and started just from saying that I need to understand this sense of ambiguity. Because it bothers me a lot. I know that all this terror which I may feel, I can converse it into something positive. There should be a way when I can feel excited, and that's my goal. So I know that doesn't matter what I'm saying right now. The point is, if I feel terrible, it's almost useless. So it doesn't lead me forward. But if I feel excited, if I started talking, and I shouldn't even find something, I just need to find a way how to bring myself in this state of excitement when I feel really passionate about what I'm doing, and it may bring really meaningful, thoughts to their present. Yeah, just to be present at the moment. But how to find this this state? That's the question. Maybe I need to study a little bit about that. I'm watching a lot of videos, like all these topics. They are basically look really tedious for me when I start watching some self-help topics and some channels when people talk how to overcome your fear, how to be more charismatic, how to be present. I don't mean Eckhart Tolle, because I can't watch him at all. It's like a couple of years ago I read this book and I didn't find it not even interesting, but I found it really. He just repeated everything what was developed by Gestalt School of Psychology, and I read, for example, Fritz Perls, and like Eckhart Tolle, he seems to repeat everything what was written by Fritz Perls, and there's nothing original, but he is considered as an original thinker, and very popular on YouTube. And I can't watch. It's like, what's time? A couple of minutes more. Yeah, and I can't watch him. Like Eckhart Tolle is impossible to watch. I can bear it only for 5-10 minutes, and after that I feel as if I watch some I don't know whom, doesn't matter. So, but there are certainly some people on YouTube whom I like to watch and who talk about this self-improvement stuff, and quite often it's really inspiring and helpful, but not always. It helps. It helps because I'm still continuing, like, walking and recording myself and working on my language. Even if it's like it's already at such a level when I understand everything what I watch, when I can read any book, no matter whether it's like fiction or science or philosophy. I can understand all of that, know almost all words. My active vocabulary grew tremendously. My writing, I can write almost like I can write like a native speaker, which is much harder than just speak. Writing is much more difficult. 1 minute. Yeah, it seems I'm run out of things to say. But I need to continue, just 1 minute. Yeah, maybe I need to find the conclusion how to finish this video. There's no conclusion. since I'm going to talk like for the next, I don't know how many years. Yeah, I would like to talk for the end of my life, like every day for 30 minutes or maybe for an hour. That's so amazing. It's like, just imagine how great it may be if I just doing it for the rest of my life, and supposing that I will live like next 30 years, I can reach really something amazing. There's hundreds and thousands of hours of content, which is not going to be the same, because every time when I watch myself, what I've been talking about like 5 years ago, for example, in Russian, or 3 years ago in English, it's much more different. And these talks help me to get ahead. Okay, I think that's the good place to stop.